Good morning, dear students. So in our last video we had already covered the 14 principles which were given by Henry Fayol. So out of the 14 principles, as we already know, the father of principle of management is Henry Fayol, who had developed 14 principles of management, out of which we had already in our last period we covered about the 13th principle and the 14th principle. The 13th principle, I hope all of you well understood that. The 13th number principle is principle of initiativeness. So what does it mean? What does it mean, the principle of initiativeness? Initiative means every employee in the organization should have the initiativeness among them. That means it is the responsibility of the manager that, or we can say it is the responsibility of the management, how the employees are more initiativeness in their work. That means the employees are free to give their suggestions. It is the responsibility of the management to show how the workers can do their work in an effective way. So it is the responsibility to motivate the workers. It is the responsibility of the management to inspire the workers. It is the responsibility of the management to guide workers, so they have more initiativeness in their work. That means the workers can participate in the decision making process. जैसे कि मैंने लास्ट क्लास में एक एग्जांपल बोला था कि before taking an important decision by the manager has to consult with his employees or with his subordinates. If a decision is taken after consulting all the employees in the organization, then the decision must be an effective one. That means वो जो decision है वो क्या होगा, अच्छा होगा, सारे employee का participation रहेगा, तो employee लोग क्या करेंगे, अपना suggestions देंगे, अपना views देंगे, तो वहाँ पे क्या होगा, decision अच्छा होगा. लेकिन उसके opposite में अगर manager जो है वो अपने आप एक decision ले जाता, तो decision क्या होता है, that may not be very fruitful. वो ज्यादा इफेक्टिव नहीं होगा, ज्यादा अच्छा रिजल्ट नहीं निकलता. ठीक है. सो दैट इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इनिशिएटिवनेस. एंड द लास्ट प्रिंसिपल, दैट इज प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एस्पिरिट de corps. The 14 number principle, that is esprit de corps, already we discussed. What does it mean, esprit de corps? Esprit de corps means there must be a team spirit, coordination among the workers. They feel that the work should be done in a group way. ग्रुप एक्टिविटीज, द वर्क शुड बी ए ग्रुप एक्टिविटीज. दैट मीन्स जैसे कि एक एग्जांपल बोला था, एक क्रिकेट टीम में 11 प्लेयर्स होते हैं, तो 11 प्लेयर्स अगर मिलके अच्छे से खेलेंगे तभी जाके टीम मैच जीतेगा. ठीक है. कोई एक प्लेयर अच्छा खेलेगा या फिर एक बैट्समैन, एक बॉलर अच्छा खेलेगा, तो उसमें टीम नहीं जीत सकता है. टीम को अगर जीतना है तो सारे जितने भी प्लेयर्स हैं वो सारे प्लेयर अगर इफेक्टिवली खेलेंगे तभी जाके टीम मैच को जीतेगा. ठीक है. तो ये होता है कहाँ पे, spirit de corps. There must be a team spirit, there must be coordination, there must be harmony among the workers, so that the work can be done in an effective manner. That was discussed in the principle number 14 in our last class. So today we are going to discuss what are the major contributions of Fayol. So today we discuss contributions of Fayol. So today we discuss the contributions of Fayol. Fayol ने मैनेजमेंट के लिए या फिर मैनेजमेंट के डेवलपमेंट के लिए क्या क्या कंट्रीब्यूशंस किया है. ऑलरेडी वी डिस्कस द फादर ऑफ प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट हेनरी फेयोल. ही हैड डेवलप्ड 14 प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. तो यही सारे चीजों को हम लोग फिर से यहाँ पे पढ़ेंगे कि मेजर कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ फेयोल. देयर आर 3 पॉइंट्स आर देयर. लेट अस डिस्कस वन बाय वन. फर्स्ट वन इज the first contribution of Fayol. Fayol suggested all the industrial activities into 6 categories. So that means there are 6 activities in an organization according to Fayol. So Fayol identified 6 activities and even that is divided into technical and managerial. So Fayol total divided 6 activities. That 6 activities we can remind that with the help of this TCS FMA. So we can remind that in shortcut way, that is TCS and FMA. T stands for technical, C stands for commercial, S stands for security, F stands for financial, M stands for management, A stands for accounting. Okay, so these 6 activities developed by FAIL. So total all the industrial activities in an organization is divided into 6 categories. That 6 categories again divided by FAIL into two main heads. That is, first one is technical and the second one is managerial. So that technical and managerial, that all the 6 activities can be reminded in this shortcut way, that is TCS and FMA. So TCS means that does not refers to Tata Consultancy Service. Okay. TCS means T stands for technical, C stands for commercial, S stands for security, F stands for financial, FMA financial management, fundamentals of management accounting in our course, but here F stands for financial, M stands for management, A stands for accounting. Okay. So you have to remind it. This is an important short question, that is how many activities developed by Henry Fayol. So Henry Fayol developed 6 activities in an organization. That is the first contribution of Henry Fayol. Then the second one, Henry Fayol, all the management functions divided into 5 categories, that is POSDC. So Henry Fayol developed all the management functions. In our second topic, we had already discussed what are the various management functions in our organization. So I hope all of you remember the meaning of POSDC. P stands for planning, O stands for organizing, S stands for staffing, D stands for directing, C stands for controlling. So according to Fayol also, management functions are divided into 5 major categories, that is POSDC, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. ये जो 5 पॉइंट है, 5 फंक्शंस है, ये ऑलरेडी हम लोगों ने सेकंड चैप्टर में डिस्कस किया था, द वेरियस फंक्शंस ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. टोटल होल टॉपिक था ये 5 को लेके, प्लानिंग, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, स्टाफिंग, डायरेक्टिंग, कंट्रोलिंग, ऑलरेडी हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया है. ठीक है. देन द थर्ड वन, Fayol developed how many principles of management? Fayol developed 14 principles of management. So Fayol developed 14 principles of management. Already हम लोगों ने लास्ट में डिस्कस किया था ये टॉपिक में. So Fayol developed 14 principles of management, which principles are used by the manager as per his need. मैनेजर को अपने नीड के हिसाब से, अपने सिचुएशन के हिसाब से, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के नीड के हिसाब से वो सारे प्रिंसिपल को यूज करना है. ठीक है. सो Fayol developed 14 principles of management in an organization. So these are the 3 contributions of Henry Fayol. So the first one is Henry Fayol divided 6 activities, the total work इंडस्ट्रियल एक्टिविटीज को 6 कैटेगरी में डिवाइड किए हैं. दैट इज TCS and FMA. TCS means Tata Consult. TCS means FMA means technical, commercial, security, financial, management, accounting. Okay. So the second function of contribution of Henry Fayol is there are 5 functions of management. These 5 functions are POSDC means planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. And then the last contribution of Henry Fayol is Henry Fayol developed 14 principles of management which are used by the management or which are used by the manager as per his need, as per his requirement. Okay. So these are the contributions of Henry Fayol. Let us discuss about scientific management. So scientific management. Before going to discuss about the scientific management, let us we have to know about what was the particular situation for developing the scientific management. So at the time of industrial revolution, we already discussed that in FMA course, इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन के टाइम पे कौन सा अकाउंटिंग डेवलप हुआ था? कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग. सो व्हाट वाज द टाइम ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन? एट द टाइम ऑफ 1850. तो जनरली लोग जो होते हैं वो क्या सोचते हैं? मैनेजमेंट क्या है? मैनेजमेंट एक एक्सपीरियंस के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. दैट मीन्स ए गुड मैनेजर मस्ट हैव द स्पेसिफिक अमाउंट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस सो दैट ही कैन डू द वर्क इन एन इफेक्टिव मैनर. ऐसे मतलब बेसिकली लोगों का एक मतलब अपना अपना थिंकिंग होता है कि मैनेजमेंट जो होता है वो क्या होता है? अपने एक्सपीरियंस के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. जो आदमी जितना ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस्ड है वो ठीक से मैनेजमेंट कर पाएगा. तो ये जो थिंकिंग लेवल था पुराने जमाने का थिंकिंग लेवल था. तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ? जब इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन हुआ तो इंडस्ट्रियल रिवोल्यूशन जो 1850 में हुआ वहां पर क्या हुआ? देयर वर मेनी इंडस्ट्रीज वर डेवलप्ड. सो देयर इज अ नीड फेल्ट दैट हाउ टू डेवलप द मैनेजमेंट. सो मैनेजमेंट को कैसे डेवलप करना है, मैनेजमेंट को कैसे ग्रोथ होगा, मैनेजमेंट कैसे सारे लोग यूज कर पाएंगे. तो इसके लिए क्या हुआ? एक नीड फेल्ट हुआ. तो उसी टाइम में साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट का डेवलपमेंट हुआ था. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे जो साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट है उसका डेवलपमेंट जो हुआ था, एक पर्सन है जिनका नाम है F.W. Taylor. So the name of the person, that is F.W. Taylor. F.W. Taylor stands for Frederick Winslow Taylor. So the full name of F.W. Taylor, F stands for Frederick, W stands for Winslow Taylor, F.W. Taylor. So F.W. Taylor was born in the year 1856 in Philadelphia, USA. ठीक है. So F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor was born in the year 1856 in Philadelphia, USA. So in 1870 he joined as an apprentice in small machine making shop. So he joined as an apprentice in small machine making shop in the year 1870. Then he rose up to the position of junior engineer in Midwell Steel. So this is the life story of Frederick Winslow Taylor, F.W. Taylor. F.W. Taylor was born in the year 1856. Then he in the year 1856 in Philadelphia, USA. In 1870 he joined as an apprentice in a small machine making shop. So after joining that particular shop as an apprentice, he rose up to the position of junior engineer, which is we call JE. He rose up to the position of junior engineer in the Midwell Steel Company. So Midwell Steel Company was a very famous company at that particular time. He worked at there. So while he working at various positions in an organization, he felt that the works are done in a monotonous method. All the activities in an organization are doing in a monotonous method. मोनोटोनस का मतलब क्या होता है? कोई भी एक पर्टिकुलर रूल एंड रेगुलेशन नहीं है, कोई एक पर्टिकुलर सिस्टमेटिक नहीं है, सारे जो काम होता है अपने मर्जी से काम कर रहे हैं. सो दैट रिजल्ट इन हाई अमाउंट ऑफ वेस्टेज इन प्रोडक्टिविटी. रॉ मटेरियल ज्यादा वेस्ट हो रहा है, पैसा ज्यादा स्पेंड हो रहा है, कोई भी काम ठीक से नहीं हो रहा है. सो इसीलिए उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने जो डिफरेंट लेवल ऑफ पोजीशन में वर्क किए, जैसे कि अप्रेंटिस से लेकर जूनियर इंजीनियर तक काम किए, तो जो डिफरेंट पोजीशन में काम किए, डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में काम किए, तो ही हैज ऑब्जर्विंग ऑल द वर्क इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सो दैट्स व्हाई ही फेल्ट देयर मस्ट बी डेवलपमेंट ऑफ साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट इन द फील्ड ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. एक काम को कैसे करना चाहिए उसका एक साइंटिफिक रूल एंड रेगुलेशन होना चाहिए. दैट मीन्स ही यूज्ड साइंस इन द फील्ड ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. साइंस को लाके मैनेजमेंट के फील्ड में वो यूज किए. दैट्स व्हाई ये हो गया साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट. दैट मीन्स in order to do every work, the work must be done in a systematic manner. That work must be done in an effective way. The best way of doing the work, that is developed in scientific management. Okay, so let us discuss the various contributions of, जैसे कि हम लोगों ने अभी डिस्कस किया कि मेजर contributions of Hale, उसी तरह ही contributions of F.W. Taylor. ठीक है, let us discuss the various contributions. Contribution of F.W. Taylor. So F.W. Taylor first contribution is he developed the scientific techniques in the field of management. That means he applied the scientific tools, scientific techniques in the field of management. So this was the first contribution, that is applied scientific methods applied scientific methods in management. What are the various scientific methods, scientific tools we have discussed in our next period, next class. We have to discuss what are the various principles given by F.W. Taylor, what are the various techniques, scientific techniques are given by F.W. Taylor. We are going to discuss about that in our next class. So the first contribution of F.W. Taylor, applied scientific methods in management. Then the second one, he published some books or some papers for the development of scientific management. So you have to, this is an important question, so you have to remember what are the major contributions of F.W. Taylor. So the first paper he published, in 1895, that is so the second contribution of F.W. Taylor, that is a paper published by F.W. Taylor. A paper published by F.W. Taylor in the year 1895. That is, the name of the paper is Peace Rate System. In Peace Rate System, the paper which was published by F.W. Taylor in the year 1895. Then the third contribution you can write a book published in the year 1903. That is, name of the book is SOP Management. So the book published in the year 1903. That means here he published a paper, but in 1903 he published a book, that is SOP Management. उसी तरह ही the fourth principle, he published another book, that is named in the year 1911. The name of the book is Principles and Methods of Scientific Management. So in the year 1911 he developed or he published a book, that is, the name of the book is Principles and Methods of Scientific Management. So these are the contributions of F.W. Taylor. You have to remember all this because these are very important questions for your short answer type questions. The first contribution is he applied the scientific methods, scientific tools in the field of management. Management में scientific methods को वो ज़्यादा use करते हैं. Then the second one, he published a paper. The name of the paper is Peace Rate System in the year 1895. Then in 1903 he published a book that called SOP Management. In the year 1911 he published a book that is called Principles and Methods of Scientific Management. Okay, this is all about the Henry Fayol, scientific management, then contributions of F.W. Taylor. You have to remember all this because these are very important. हेनरी फेयल में हम लोगों ने पढ़ा कि हेनरी फेयल जो होते हैं उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन क्या था. बेसिकली देयर आर 3 पॉइंट्स आर देयर. फर्स्ट वन इज फेयल ऑल द एक्टिविटीज, इंडस्ट्रियल एक्टिविटीज को उन्होंने 2 तरह से डिवाइड किए हैं एंड टोटल 6 एक्टिविटीज मेंशन किए हैं. 2 तरह से काम क्या हो गया, एक है टेक्निकल, दूसरा है मैनेजरियल. 6 एक्टिविटीज जो है वो है टीसीएस, एफएमए, टेक्निकल, कॉमर्शियल, सिक्योरिटी, एफएमए स्टैंड्स फॉर फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग. So उसी तरह the second one is he developed some functions of management, that is POSDC, planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. उसी तरह the third one is management functions हो गया, and the third one he developed 14 principles of management. These are used by the manager as per his need or requirement. Then the scientific management was developed basically at the time of industrial revolution. तो वहाँ पे इसका मेन मतलब क्या होता है? साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट मीन्स एप्लीकेशन ऑफ साइंस इन द फील्ड ऑफ मैनेजमेंट, एप्लीकेशन ऑफ साइंटिफिकल टेक्निक, साइंटिफिकल रीजनिंग, साइंटिफिकल टूल्स इन द फील्ड ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. एक काम को कैसे ठीक से करेंगे, कैसे काम अच्छे से हो पाएगा, वो काम पे होता है साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट में होता है. सो द फादर ऑफ साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट वी कैन से द फादर ऑफ साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट इज F.W. Taylor. F.W. Taylor is also known as father of scientific management. So the father of scientific management is, you have to remember, F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor. So F.W. Taylor was born in the year 1856 in Philadelphia, USA. He joined as an apprentice in a small machine making company in the year 1870. Then he rose up to the position of junior engineer in Midwell Steel Company. That was a very highlighted company at that particular time. So he observed at all level or all position in his work that every work or every activities in an organization are carried out in a monotonous method. Monotonous method means no activities are going in an effective manner. Everything is going as per not going as per the plan. That's why he think to develop a scientific management so that the activities can be done in an effective manner. So the contribution of F.W. Taylor, first one is he applied scientific management, scientific methods in the field of management. Then the second one, he developed some paper and some books, one paper and two books. So the first paper is in the year 1895, that is called a piece-rate system. And in the year 1903, he developed a book that is shop management. And in the year 1911, he developed another book that is Principles and Methods of Scientific Management. So in our next class we are going to discuss about what is scientific management, उसका मीनिंग क्या होता है, उसका डेफिनेशन क्या होता है और उसका यूजेस क्या होता है, प्रिंसिपल. So this is all about today's class. If you guys have any doubt, then you can contact me. Thank you.